I became inspired the last couple of days reading the new bio. Elon is always talking about keep things simple, simplify, get rid of the processes, get rid of the procedures, even get rid of the parts. I also had an, a response to one of the programs the other day where somebody was saying, well, how did you get to those numbers? Can I really count on those? Should I really invest based on what you're saying? No. Well, okay, this is not investment advice. Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Nobody knows what the price of oil is going to be. Nobody knows what's going to happen in China. Nobody knows whether the Russians are going to do something crazy. No, this is not investment advice. What this is a very simple system of trying to estimate what's going to happen with Tesla in the future in a way that I think everybody will get. This is Randy Kirk. If this is useful to you at all, if it's fun at all, if it's amusing, even if even if for whatever reason, hit the like, because what do you do? What are you doing when you do that? You're helping the algorithm. And then if you could hit subscribe and notify, that'll help you to be reminded every morning at roughly 7:10 in the morning, California time. We have a program where we talk about what's going to happen in the markets that day and what's happened overnight that might be valuable and interesting. And then, oh yeah, there's a total of 21 shows a week right now, 3 a day, that you may want to watch. Plus, you're always going to be watching because you're going to want to see the commercial for the Cybertruck over and over and over again until you get 1 or 3 or 5 or 10 every single day. We seem to be selling more and more of these. So when are you going to get yours? Okay, I'll talk about that at the very end. All right, and then Patreon. Always, of course, we need more folks to join Patreon. All right, I'm going to simplify it here. All right, what is Tesla going to be worth in 2030? I believe that they will actually create and sell 100 million cars. There will be 100 million cars on the road by 2030. All that is doing what Elon said, 50% increase each year, By 2029, you're making 20 million cars a year. So in 2029, you make 20. In 2030, you make 20, maybe more than 20. I'm sorry, 2028 and 29. In any case, you're at 40,000 just for the last 2 years at the end of the decade there. And, a total of 50 million. So we're going to use 50 million for the first example. I'm going to do a bear case in a few minutes, so hang in there. All right. I'm going to say that the average person is going to spend $1,200 a year on service, on various things that they will buy from Tesla as a result of owning a Tesla. So, and I'm saying the average person, some will spend more. That would mean that even if they were only buying the subscription to full self-driving and it was only $100 a month, that would be the $1,200 a year. That would mean that if only they're buying the insurance, and the insurance is $100 a month, which would be a decent price, especially 7 years from now, that would be $1,200 a year. So I'm saying that we've got those people. And then there's also possibly other things, $10 here, $20 there, service contracts, who knows, whatever else between now and then. But I'm saying wrap that all together. And I'm saying the average person, $100 a month, $1,200 a year, that would be $60 billion in profit. Now, yeah, is there overhead? We're not going to talk about overhead here. This is going to assume that overhead is included. All the additional, kinds of expenses of the company are all included. Taxes are included, everything. We're just going to make it so simple. All right. So if you don't believe 50 million cars, or if you don't believe $1,200 a year, I'll give you another example below. I'm saying that they will start making a lot more semi-trucks, that they'll make 50, 100,000 the first year. Second year, it'll be 100 to 200,000. Eventually, they'll get up to where they're making 1 million a year. And by the end of the decade, they'll have 5 million semi-trucks on the road. Those will have a much higher amount of money coming in revenue, $500 a month. Do you know how little that would be for the full self-driving, for other kinds of services that they might be offering? So I'm going to say $6,000 per year, $30 billion in profit. You're starting to get how this goes along. Well, okay, here's the next one. We're going to do Optimus next because there's lots of them, so I call it Optimi. All right, I'm going to say they have 50 million of those on the road or in the factories, in your home, in nursing homes, wherever, by the end of the decade. 50 million, Randy, that's an awful lot. No. Once you start spitting these babies out, this is not going to be like cars. It's not going to be hard to ramp this to 10 million a year, even 20 million a year, 30 million a year. I mean, they're going to be able to do a lot of Optimi. So I think this is a lowball number. I think 50 million up and working. I'm not saying 50 million per year. I'm saying 50 million total between now and then will be out there in the real world doing real jobs. And I'm saying that they'll only be charging $20,000 each per year. You're saying, but Randy, you keep telling me the robot only costs $6,000. That's right, but they're not going to be selling them. They're going to be leasing them or renting them. And they're going to be getting, I think, way more than $20,000 a year. I think there'll be more than 50 million optimized, but let's go with 20K for now. That would be $1 trillion in profit. Let that sink in. Okay, now we got robotaxis. Some people think it'll be a lot more than 5 million robotaxis, maybe 20 million, maybe 30 million. I'm saying 5 million robotaxis by the end of the decade, and that those will be bringing in 2,000 each. Now, this is their own fleet. This is over and above what they might be charging other people to do robotaxis. I'm saying their own fleet, and they're bringing in $2,000 per year. It's going to be a lot more than 2,000 per year, believe me. So that's 100 billion in profit for that. Okay, and then everything else. That's car sales, truck sales, semi-truck sales, energy storage sales, electrical, what do you call it? Electricity, retail electricity, solar, power walls, new products that we haven't even thought of yet. What am I leaving out? It just goes on and on and on. I'm saying everything else altogether will be 100 billion in profit. That gives us $1.29 trillion in profit. Remember that Apple's current profit is right around 100 billion. So that's 12, 13 times as much as Apple. And then you do a multiple. Let's put the multiple. I think Apple's multiple is around 30. We'll put that in there because they would be growing still like crazy at this point. That's $39 trillion in market cap per share. That would be $12,000. And that is 43 times where we are right now. Okay. So you say, Randy, oh my gosh, you are an optimist. You can't believe these numbers. Or you believe me, I think they'll be higher. But okay, let's go ahead and let's go down and let's do the bear case. All right. Let's say it's only 40 million cars and trucks by that time, instead of 50 million, which I think is a dead pipe cinch, and 100 million is probably more likely. So we're going to say for 40 million cars, and we're going to say they're only going to get $600 a year, $50 a month for everything. The average person is only going to be paying Tesla $50 a month. Well, that would be $24 billion a year in profit. Let's say they only do 1 million semi-truck, not 5 million, but it's only 1 million. So they do 50,000, then 100,000, then 150, then 200, et cetera, et cetera. They're right around 1 million on the road by the end of the decade. And let's say they're getting $6,000 per year. That's $6 billion in profit. Now let's say they got 10 million optimized, way down from my number, 20% of my number. That means they're barely making a couple of million of these a year. That's just crazy. It's not going to be anywhere close to that. And we're going to say that there's at $20,000 per year, that's 200 billion. By the way, they might be charging 50,000 a year. They might be charging way more than that because they'll be worth to a company. They'll be worth at least $200,000 a year, at least $200,000 a year. So we're going to say 20,000 a year. That's 200 billion in profit. Then we got 2 million robotaxis at $2,000 per year is 40 billion in profit. And then everything else. This one's the stupidest one of all. Because everything else is not going to be 50 billion. I think there's a good chance that energy storage alone could be on the order of 50 billion. Anyway, we're going to say 50 billion for everything else. That all adds up to 320 billion. The multiple, we're going to put that same 30 multiple in there. That's $9.6 trillion in valuation, market cap. The per share on that would be 3,000, roughly about 10 times, a little over 10 times, 11, 12 times where we are today. So where did I mess up? Tell me where this is completely crazy. Tell me what I've done wrong. Tell me what I should have, where the number should be way higher or the number should be way lower. And of course, some of these things might never happen, might never get an Optimus. Or maybe we'll have one in 2 months. We might never get full self-driving solved, or maybe we'll get it solved by the end of the year. We'll never get to 40 million cars. That one, I think I doubt if anybody will doubt that one. Anyway, I'd love to hear what your comments and thoughts are on this. Be sure to absolutely sign up, get all your, liking and subscribing out of the way, get your notification going. I'm going to unfortunately be until next week before I'm going to be able to talk to Brian White about his trip to Detroit, but he promises me that he and I will get together on Monday and he'll give me lots of news from the Detroit show. All right. So have you got one yet? Lots of your buddies have got one. I've got every single day. It is taking me literally hours just to plug in the orders and process them. These were hours I didn't know I had. I'm having to find them under the bed and in the medicine cabinet. Hours that God has been good. He's provided me with more hours than you get. I'm getting 26-hour days and 8-day weeks. Okay, so we also have it in camo. If you haven't ordered it yet, I mean, come on. The cost is only $25. It is a bottle opener. Okay. You know, we don't have any beer in my house because I stopped drinking alcohol a long time ago. Nothing to do with religion. No, totally. I couldn't stand the expense. Okay. Anyway, so it's a beautiful bottle opener. Takes care of all of your bottles, whatever kind of bottles you got. It is the same diameter as the actual Cybertruck. It's a 3mm diameter, or I'm sorry, gauge. It is like totally strong. Has a great magnet, really heavy duty magnet on the back. It's not going to slip or slide. You can put stuff under it and put it up there and it's going to work. You can use these everywhere. You can give them away to your friends and family. Lots of people are ordering multiples. It's very common now to get, I'm not even surprised that you might have orders of 10, 8, 6, many orders of 2 and 3. So you're probably going to get one of these for yourself and one of these for another one of your Cybertruck friends. Okay. Anyway, $25. Sign up down below. Gives you all the information. Go to paypal.me/Randy Kirk, all lowercase. And just multiply 25 times however many you want and put in whether you want the camo or whether you want the plain, because otherwise then I have to send you an email and ask you, and then I got to wait for you to get back to me, and that slows up your order and it creates even more time that I've got to find under the mattress. Okay, and then if you want to join Patreon, of course, you join at the $10 level, and you just sign up at the $10 level, and kaboom, order one for nothing. Just let me know which kind you want. Camo or stainless. All right, that's it. That's all I got. I hope that was useful. It was fun to do. Isn't that simple? That's an Elon Musk method right there. There you go. Oh yeah, buy the book, buy the book, buy the book. It's been great talking to you.